Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's episode 273 of the Audible Farm Podcast, and this episode is brought to you by the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. Go to www.fdefineartsassociation.org to find out more. Be sure to check out their community calendar, check out their podcast, FDT. Check out all their members. It's a great place. Go check it out. Their website's down below. This episode, I'm sitting down with Clint Wheelman and John Waugh. The Three Finger Betty. That's those two guys are in Three Finger Betty. I'm in Three Finger Betty. We're only missing one person, and that's Jeff. So G off, as we like to call him. He plays bass in Three Finger Betty, but he's not there right now. He's not going to be able to make the upcoming show, so we recorded a 3-piece episode to go along with the 3-piece that we're playing over the course of this weekend. But this is a fun episode. This is basically the band where I first started playing music. And it's pretty neat to think that, like, I'd been playing music with Clint for a long time. I kind of grew up, around him, especially when I started playing music. He was, like, the guy who played drums. So, it's just that we had, like, a band growing up and all this other stuff. And then to, like, later in life go into a band and he's, ends up being the drummer in the band. It's kind of cool how that all works out. So, this is a fun one because it's me and Clint and John. We've been hanging out, playing music together in Three Finger Betty for like 8+ years now, and we're playing our last 2 shows of the year. We don't play as many shows as we used to, and it's we kind of talk about that in this episode. This is a great episode because for a while I'm like just pontificating about how neat it is that we the band keeps going, and then after a while the fact that we're just 3 guys in a band, and that kind of just takes over and we start to just talk about nonsense for a while. But this episode's really fun. This is kind of what it's like after practice if you want to hang out with anybody from Three Finger Betty. So there we go. Hope you guys enjoy it.
It's the Audible Farm Podcast with your host, Peter Stockdale.
Sitting down with Clint Wheelman, John Waugh, Three Finger Betty. Because that's me, and then the only person we're missing is Geoff, who's never been on the podcast. What's that about?
Whose fault is that?
It's not my fault. I've asked him to do it. He's just always busy. So, good old Geoff is not here with us. However, we've got Clint Wheelman, John Waugh. Clint, you literally just got off the road as the day we're recording this.
Did.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Walked in with his bag still. So, fresh off the road.
Yeah, I had to change out of my road clothes.
That's awesome. To be one hamburger deep and it's just hey, let's record a podcast. Okay, I guess. And here we are. But Clint, as people don't know or do know, out playing with the Rumors. You guys play a lot of it's fun to see you guys posting the stuff where you're at, and it's just oh, I know this guy. I played a lot of music with this guy. I grew up with this guy, and it's also funny because recently I've talked to a few people that didn't know that you and I grew up together, and it's it seems weird, but I guess not everybody knows everybody's backstory,
Yeah, I suppose so.
Maybe not everybody listens to every episode, but yeah, I don't know. It's fun to see you just out there at different places playing shows where it's oh, you're in New York. That's pretty wild. Just to think you're playing shows in New York.
Yeah, it is very wild when I really think about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of those things while it's happening, it's just it might be the first time. It's kind of weird because you've never really you've done it though, but just with other bands.
Yeah.
But to just go out there and be oh, here we go. We're in Charlotte. You just start picking a place and you're yeah, I've been there. I'm not trying to be oh, you're so well toured, but it's just funny to think okay, you've played Chicago, you probably played Memphis, or Cleveland. You just think Detroit. There's just probably the places oh yeah, he's probably played all those places now. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I'm getting out there a little bit.
Yeah. So everybody check out the Rumors. I'll have links down below for that for sure. But yeah, otherwise, John, you work at Dark Slide, which is I love following them online because they're super active online.
Yep.
And I think it works out to their advantage because they have quite the social media presence because of it. It's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but
we sell so many things online.
Oh, okay. So it's not just what you see.
But they always, reels.
Yes. It makes sense though. Like that's just where everything's at nowadays. You did send me some like cool stuff. There was like a Phil Lynott doll that you sent me.
Yes, we have.
Did that thing sell yet?
We've sold a few. I think we got like 6 more.
Okay, well
we got some more toys coming.
I need to get that one because like I keep thinking like if there was like just random toys, it's like that one. There was a period in my life where I would have just like hung that thing around my neck and wore it as jewelry. Like this thing's so awesome. Because Phil Lynott is the Thin Lizzy bassist singer guy. So yeah, I don't know. Went through a big Thin Lizzy phase. I've always wanted to do like a Thin Lizzy cover band. You guys have like appeased my Thin Lizzy fandom by allowing us to play a Thin Lizzy song sometimes while we play Three Finger Betty shows, which we haven't done that song in a while.
Since we played
It
that.
sure has.
Yeah, it's funny because like I'll think about it. It's like, oh, yeah, there's this part to it, and there's that part to it, and it's like not super intricate, but it's like there's enough where it's like, oh, this isn't quite like riding a bike, I don't know. Sometimes, like, do you ever do that with like riffs, John, where you're just like, oh, I got to try and figure this out. It's like, I know how this goes. I just, for some reason,
I forgot that part.
yeah, and I don't know if it comes down to like my hands are like just the opposite. Or if I put them like this, it would have worked, but I'm trying to do it like this, and it's not working or something. Like, I don't know. That's just kind of fun. But yeah, Three Finger Betty, you guys and myself will be playing in Fort Dodge this Saturday, October 25th. We will be at the 3rd floor of the Eagles Ballroom, the Eagles Club in Fort Dodge, 3rd floor. And I think it's $10, and I believe it's the 15th annual Monsters Ball, and I believe it's on the 25th. I think those are the correct numbers. I will have a link down below for that event as well. But have you guys ever been to one of those events?
I've not been to the Monsters Ball.
Okay.
We've been on the 3rd floor of the Eagles building that one time.
Oh, yeah. We did play a show up there. A good example of not all that glitters is gold, and not everything that works out. Not everything works out the way you want it to every time.
No.
I don't know. Let's just tell the story. So like, we ended up like playing it. Basically, the short end of the story is we like played a show. We're booked to play at Fort Dodge, and it's us and 3 other bands, and we're all going to play an hour or something like that. Like 45 minutes to an hour, and then we're going to fill up a 4-hour time slot, and it's not super expensive to get in. And 3rd floor of the Eagles. I don't even think we were the ones promoting it. I think somebody else was in charge of promoting it.
We did not book that.
So
we were on it.
Yep. So it comes to like 2 days before the show, and not a joke, but like one of the bands is just like, we're not playing on the show, and they basically got like there was another band on the show, and they got a hold of us and they said, so and so's off the show, so it's just you and us now. And it was like, it's just you and us. Like,
yeah,
what happened to the other band? Like, they're not a band anymore. And it's like, oh, okay.
Fun.
So it was us and another band trying to fill a 4-hour time slot. And
as I recall, the other band, not all of the members of the band showed up to play either.
Yeah. And I mean,
so there was one and a half bands.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, and so this is something where I pride Three Finger Betty on this, because we have the adaptability and the availability to do that. Three Finger Betty is like, in all essence, a 3-person band with like 4-person. That's just what we just have. Like, if you want to do this in the studio to double track things and do extra bits, that's what I'm there for, like in the live sense. So like,
Totally.
A lot of like, not every band can do that, especially like metal bands. Like, there's 2 guitars doing 2 different things.
Yes.
And then like, you have to have both of those, but it ended up being like a drummer, a singer, and a guitarist, which you can get the gist of what's going on, but you're missing the bass, you're missing all the leads. It was just a rough situation. But yeah, that show was like kind of an awkward scene because they were not happy about
they
their
were
performance.
clearly not happy to be there.
Yeah.
I do believe I recall a snare drum or a rack tom taking a flight from the stage when they were done.
Yes,
That was the version of unloading
was
or whatever.
Somebody literally throwing portions of a drum set off of a stage.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, they're not happy with themselves. That's unfortunate. But yeah,
And hey, here we are.
yeah, and here we are. We're gonna play 2+ hours, which like was everything we had in our catalog.
Yep.
Yeah, we went through them all.
You do it. Sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah, and I mean that was back in the day though, when like we practiced literally every weekend. We had like a day, whatever it was, like Friday night or Saturday night or Sunday night or whatever. There was one night a week we were always like, we're practicing this night. And so we always did that. Like as a band, it was us three and then Jeff, the other bassist at the time. And we were also at the same time playing like 30 shows a year, which is, too much, but
it's fun.
It's fun. At the time, it's just like, yeah, I'll take the Tuesday booking at 5.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why not? And we would do it. And I would say at that time, probably all of our primary band, it was the band we were working the most with, the closest with, doing the most things for, and et cetera. So, that's what, and this is going to sound weird, but like, I think that's what excites me so much about this upcoming show. And I'm not trying to just be like the cheesy guy that like plug this, but like, the thing that excites me so much about this upcoming show is the fact that like this is no longer like a lot of our primary band anymore. Like, and I'm not trying to say like this isn't like a big deal. It's not like this is the back burner thing or anything, but like you're touring with the Rumors, and you're playing with Andy Juhl.
Yes, sir.
And you're playing. I don't know if your metal band is still playing shows or still.
Not at the current moment, unfortunately.
But yeah, I mean, Three Finger Betty, the Sleepover. I've heard rumblings of you practicing and possibly joining up with other people. Believe it or not. So. Yeah, you've got a lot of stuff going on. So like with this as well, we just haven't been playing as many shows. And John, you got the Sleepover, and like we had some things happen in the band where like you broke your arm and stuff. So we had to we got to take some time off. We can't just be like, John, go out there and shred some solos with a broken arm. You're cool, right? Like, don't let anything set and have a abnormal rest of your life just to play music. Like, no, we're gonna let this chill. So. That's, I think, what excites me so much about this double shot we've got coming up this weekend, because the night before we're going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yep. We're going to go to the Den and make up something we had to cancel.
Nice. And that's on the 24th.
Yep.
That's Friday. So that's tomorrow. If you're listening to this the day it comes out, tomorrow is Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I've never played a show there.
I've been there twice.
Sweet.
Rumors have been there.
Nice. So... I'm excited. Hopefully this works out well.
I'm very excited.
I will say that's one of the other fun things about you being in the Rumors is like every now and then you'll just like send a picture of a place that's like not terribly far away. You're like, this place looks pretty cool, guys. And it's just like, you're just like, it's like throwing the fishing line out there.
Yeah.
You're just like waiting to see if anybody bites. And it's like, I would go to St. Joe, Missouri or whatever, like let's go play a show there. Why not? Or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of been our MO lately though, is just to like, I'll play a show somewhere else.
If we go there?
Yeah, I don't know. Why not? Let's see what happens. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes it doesn't work out so well.
Sometimes you play 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you play 15 minutes on a show with 16 bands, and it starts at 1:00. And it's just wild.
But somehow that was really fun.
Yeah, honestly, it was a fun. Like it was an adventure. Like I think it's some of that sometimes where it's just like, I don't know. That's another weird thing about being like this type of band is like the environment that we have to play in is a lot of those types of shows. The other types is like, I would say like guaranteed payout shows where it's like, come play here, we'll pay you this many dollars. Yeah. Or you have like the other possibility to be like, here's a variable payout based on the bar tabs. Mm-hmm. Another one would be like, here's tickets, sell them, the pay to play, make your money back scheme. Otherwise, it's like merch is how you make money, which is, unfortunate but fortunate because merch is fun, I think. So, totally. Make merch, sell it, do the little bit of work, make the extra money, buy nice stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
we'll have patches at our next show.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I forgot what we were talking about, but yeah. So like playing all these shows and going to all these places, it's fun that we have actually like fielded and booked shows at places for like private events and like things like that as well. We've booked shows at venues out of town that made it like in the long run worth our while to leave the town, which is just like, not saying you don't get paid money to play music here, but like if you can leave town to somewhere where like they don't normally have music like this, they'll welcome it and they'll pay you for it. So like you can go elsewhere and play music and come back and at least make it worth your while to drive an hour or something like that. So that's one of the other fun things about this is like although we have adventured through like a lot of different phases as a band, it's kind of fun to like, I don't know, I just feel like it's this full circle like thing that's coming back. It's kind of like the 10th anniversary of Three Finger Betty. You guys remember that show?
Yeah,
Totally.
that was easy.
Like, yeah, and it's just so fun. You know, Jeff came back and played some bass, and I don't know, it's just fun to just see it and enjoy it, and just I don't know. It's not that many things last that long. You know what I mean? I guess. Are you on the same page as me? You just like sitting here letting me
I'm
pontificate?
sitting there letting you go.
What do you got? Got anything to add to this?
I mean, I don't know. It's nice that it's just everybody can get along.
Yeah.
And so I try not to ramble here.
No, that's what this is for.
When he perfect.
We got an hour to fill here, buddy.
I don't even drink anymore. Shit. When he joined the Rumors, I'm not gonna out anyone. I don't do that shit. But more than one person that we've played with in the past or know whatever came up to me. What are you doing? I'm like, huh? I'm like, you're gonna let Clint play with the Rumors? You know what? He's gonna be gone. I'm like, why would I hold him back?
Yeah, I mean, like,
we still get to play. It's not like I don't see each other every week and shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, you guys have the benefit of like, you don't really live too far away from each other now. So, but yeah, even when you did, like, you still saw each other.
It just kind of shocked me that people would not. Taking those comments to the scenario of the person who said it to their band, if somebody in their band had an opportunity like that, they'd be like, no, you can't do that. Or like, what?
Yeah, or like, I wonder if it makes you think of like where they're coming from, because like, are they thinking in the sense of like, oh no, Clint's going to be playing shows most weekends now, you know, like I could easily say half your weekends are booked by Rumors shows now. So
more or less,
so like, that's the given scenario. So like now we have half as many dates to book shows on top of however many bookings we already have. So whatever bookings we normally would field, slice it in half, because half of them are just gone now, you know. So like, plus you guys are in other bands, you know, I'm in other bands, so cut some more dates out. But still, like, it's I wonder if they were coming from the sense where they were like, oh no, Clint's not going to be able to like play shows with you anymore. What are you gonna do? You know, like, not that they were like trying to be like, I'll be your drummer, or like trying to fish for anything, but at the same time, like, I feel the same way. Like, I don't think goddamn cat. Yeah, the cat's chewing on my cables. It's like, I honestly don't think yeah, just picking up the little cable ties. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to have hold anyone back or anything like that. Like, it's bittersweet, I will say that. So like, one of the things would be like when I've been in cover bands and stuff like that, like, they've changed over time, and they do like band members change, or like I've been in a lot of bands that are like very fluid, where it's like, this is the bassist now this is the bassist, and now this is the bassist, and now we have a this player, now we don't, and now we have a that player, now we don't, and I'm okay with that. I actually don't mind that. I think that's kind of fun, you know, like, and I kind of got used to it. At first it's like sad, but like, you don't want to see your buddies go. You don't want to go watch them go play other shows in other towns. You like spending time with them. You like being out on the road with them, or you like going to a venue with them and being there early and just like sitting there hanging out and talking, you know. I don't know, but eventually it's just like, you know what? I like it when these other people they're just like, I'm going to go try this. It's like, yeah, go try it, you know? Well, yeah. What do you got to lose, you know?
I was thinking earlier, like, I was going to count, like, okay, so you play with Jesse Wilson. Do jam sessions and stuff. Yep. Got podcasts. Mm-hmm. You playing in the Rumors all the time. Yeah. So we can do this. We're in the Sleepover. Mm-hmm. But this, you know, being in the Rumors, it just changes things. It's not like we're playing less.
Yeah, I mean, over the last couple of years,
I get to go play with Morbo now more.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, individually we're not playing less music, I guess, is like...
Yeah, I guess that's my point.
Which I think is also kind of fun, because like, I've never... Like, since I've started with Three Finger Betty, like, I don't think I've played less than 50 shows in a year, without not counting jam nights, and that's Three Finger Betty and everybody else included. So like, we like maybe like the second year in, I think really started ramping up our bookings, and there was like a couple years there. I haven't, it's written down somewhere, but yeah, it's fun to like sit there and look at that and be like, wow, we played all these shows, and it's like, I don't know. You said it earlier, it's like to get along this well, you know, like we haven't had like massive amounts of member changes, and you know, when we have, it's like the new person just fits in fine because it's just like, yeah, we know you, you know us, all right, let's hang out. We have the same mentality. None of us have ever said anything where it's like everybody else is just like, geez, holy crap, I can't believe you said that. Like, I don't think anybody's ever said that, like anything like that around any of us. It's funny because we have like the same like,
I don't know how bands I hear about, you know, infight a lot. Like, why do you do that?
yeah, I guess
this is supposed to be fun. None of us are making any fucking money. Like,
yeah. And I mean, it's not to say like playing music you don't make money, but like again, like this type of music in this market is just not a cash cow. Yeah. Again, we make more money on merch than almost anything. Like, to be honest. So like, again, make merch. It works. People will wear your merch. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. It's just fun to know that like we've lasted this long and the band has just like essentially been like exactly the same. It's not like this is the core group, because like you guys were in it with Jeff before me as a 3-piece, and then before that there was a different drummer, correct?
So current bass Jeff was the first drummer.
Was the very first drummer, and he plays the bass now.
Yes.
Which is
we
fun.
didn't even have a bass player for like the first 2 shows.
And the first show is online.
Yes.
There's a playlist that's on Three Finger Betty's YouTube. If you want to go watch John play his very first show in a kilt.
It was Halloween.
It was Halloween, which is fun because this show is Halloween. You guys dressing up for this show?
I got something prepared, yeah.
I do as well.
That's a thing.
All right. I have an obvious option and then a less obvious second option, and I keep thinking about going to the second option because it'll be easier. I don't know.
Whichever option is easier to play the guitar in is what you do.
I have played guitar in the Macho Man outfit before.
Yes.
Which there's video of that also on Three Finger Betty's YouTube.
That was a really fun show.
That show was so much fun. I had so much, because like people I knew from Humboldt and like up in that area came down. Yep. I was just like, here's the address. There's a show at this date, because it was a house show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's one of those like, if you know kind of shows.
Yeah, it was the Dark Mirror House for any metal people out there who know what we're talking about.
Oh my gosh. Yes, the old school Dark Mirror House. Yeah, I threw a GoPro up top, and Clint, you recorded the audio, and we married the two together and made videos. And boy, oh boy, that was a fun show, because like some of the people from Humboldt came down as like wrestling characters, and a lot of we were all dressed as wrestling characters.
Kilt came out for that one.
Yeah, I was Macho Man Randy Savage, of course. Who were you again?
I can't remember. Maybe like
Taz or Big Stevie Cool.
I think that's what it was.
It might have been Big Stevie Cool, but like I don't remember if. I think Kelsey might have been Shawn Michaels or something, and
either that or Taz.
That was a 3X show. We did that. I remember that.
Oh god,
because she's mean mugging the camera. It's hilarious. But yeah, so then like a couple of my buddies came down. One of them, I was just like, just wear a sport coat and bring a tennis racket. And he was Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
And people were just like, what are you doing? And it's just like, this freaking Jim Cornette. Like when we all stood together, it was awesome. And there was one more.
Yeah, there's a picture of all the wrestlers together. Kale Rowe showed up as Cactus Jack.
Yes. And there was one other one. I feel so bad for forgetting who the other one was. But yeah, there was one more, and it was just like, that's freaking awesome, because there was like 6 or 7 or 8 of us there that were wrestlers. Yeah, it's funny to also think about, like, I don't know, my journey to playing music is different than yours. You guys have been playing since like freaking high school and playing everywhere, you know, and like in Des Moines, maybe you started barely before I did playing live music, you know, like in Des Moines. 5 years earlier, maybe.
So probably about right.
Yeah, so
shit kickers whenever it was like,
what's up, kitty?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So it's just kind of fun to know that like I played music in my basement and then just like came down here. It's like this was my first experience with the music scene, was like down here in Des Moines. And a lot of it was like through you knowing like the Dark Mirror guys, the Dark Mirror house that was this famed place back in the day where shows would go on.
And I can't believe you got away with that for that long. I never got busted.
Well, there were 2 different houses you played shows in, I believe, weren't there?
I don't think we did in the one before.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just the only one.
All right, so that was the one,
Yes,
and it was the only one basically made for it, and it was like in the perfect location. One of my favorite stories to tell is I remember we played. I joined Three Finger Betty. It's like 2017. January was like one of the first shows I played, and then I think in like April we booked a show at the Valor Ballroom.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
The Valor Ballroom, and it's just like, holy shit, this band's going places. This is so cool. And
Whoever that poor promoter was.
Yeah, and it was basically somebody they had booked a show there. They were like, "This is the venue. I'm going to have a show." Who was the headliner? Was it like Slade?
It was Reload.
Reload. Okay.
Covers,
but killer.
They were
freaking good.
They're still out there.
They are badass.
I don't know how often they play, but
dude,
I see their name every so often online.
If you see them out there playing somewhere, if anybody from Reload's listening, that was a fun show. But yeah, we were booked to open it, and they were booked to headline it, and it was sparsely attended because it was not very well promoted, and the venue was far too big for the amount of crowd that would have shown up anyways.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunate.
You want to play the Valor Ballroom because it's the Valor Ballroom, but you kind of know some poor guy's in over his head and like, oh, you're gonna lose so much money.
Yeah,
we don't pay us. You don't have it.
Yeah, it was
guy.
Yeah, it worked out all right in our favor to just be like, here's the benefit of it all. Somewhere there's a picture of Three Finger Betty on the Valor Ballroom marquee, so that's pretty cool. I think if I'm not mistaken, on one side it was spelled wrong,
probably
like the Finger Betty or something. Like it was something funny. The other thing was the Dark Mirror house was like walking distance from the Valor Ballroom, and I remember like pushing my gear down the road instead of like driving it down there because it was like just as big of a drive to like, I gotta pull my car around and then put it in here. It's on a busy road, and then I gotta get it in here, and I gotta drive it down a block and a half over this way. And I remember like with the cabinet, I was just like walking down there with like this cabinet with wheels and just like basically riding this cabinet down the hill towards the Valor Ballroom, and I'm like, this is the funnest thing ever. But yeah, I have played the Valor Ballroom, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not,
the old stage.
Yep, which is tons of fun. I mean, the show was really awesome. It was literally like our 5th, 6th, 7th show we ever played, something like that.
Yeah, I remember there was a lot of smoke from the machines.
Yep.
And not a lot of people, so it was kind of like, if you've ever seen The Mist, it's kind of like that.
Dude,
you don't know what's out there. Something's out there.
It's wild. I think of how many good bands I've seen, and this is not a knock on it, but it's just like the way the music scene goes. But I can't tell you how many good bands I've seen at Valor Ballroom where it's just like, there's 200 people here, and that's a lot, but it's like not a lot.
Place like that,
not a lot. You know, it's I don't know, and I think that's why that place kind of like slowed down booking shows for a while, and then kind of changed owners. Correct. Yep. So like I think that's probably
whoever's got it now. When they have, I mean, last 2 shows I went there, the place was, asses to elbows.
Cool. That's awesome. Because I do remember going to shows there when it was like that on the new stage, with where whatever, like if everybody knows the kind of layout talk that we were talking about. But those kind of cool places. It's fun to play those. Like I played the Larimar Ballroom not terribly long ago. That place is fun.
Nice.
The Eagles is 3rd floor is a ballroom, which is where we're playing this Saturday. It is $10. The Monsters Ball is in Fort Dodge, Iowa. I believe the show starts at 7. There's a link down below. Check it out. That's where the show flyer is going to be, because I'm not going to do the work to remember and put this in here later. So if you're just listening, I just described it for you, I guess, too. So it's fun to know that like this is something that is still going. I feel like, I don't know, there's a bittersweet part of me though that it's just like I feel like we could be just cranking more stuff out and doing more things, but at the same time we're all just busy with other things. The one thing that I will say this is kind of funny because this is just like behind the curtain band talk. The one thing that does still kind of bother me is we have a recorded EP that has just been sitting there. What are we doing, guys?
I'm just sitting on it.
What are we doing? Why are we just sitting on this thing? Put it out there.
Might have to be CDs.
Oh my gosh. Get it on the Bandcamp. Let's sell this damn thing. There's stuff on there that's recorded that like the only versions are like there's a couple live versions that are like available online, but click on the Bandcamp. You can hear it. There's one album on there. It's a live album that we recorded in Omaha at a studio during COVID, which was like tons of fun. It was live streamed and everything, but we turned into a live album, and there's a couple songs on there that are that's the only version of them that's recorded. It's pretty fun to know that that's a thing. Oh man, do you guys remember that show or that like going? We booked. Okay, so we're flashback in time. It's COVID. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. The only way you can do stuff is to put it online and have people watch it and pay you money. And there was a place in Omaha, generally speaking, it was just outside of Omaha that I can hear that were playing shows over YouTube live on like every Saturday or whatever. It was a studio, and they just like had a space, and they were like, "Hey, you guys want to play there?" Or we asked them, "Can we play there?" or whatever. And we ended up booking this show on whatever day it was, middle of winter, on this day. At the end of like 2020, maybe something like that. We drive down to the show. It's a blizzard. Do you guys remember this?
Yes,
do you remember the house was?
You had to get pretty close to Nebraska before you hit it.
Yes. Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
The hill getting like, and it was to the point where like, it's not like it's like you're going through the boonies. It's just like part of town where there's just like a handful of hills, like kind of like where you live right here. It's not like it's anything crazy.
You're close to a river.
Just hill to get up here. So you're like got to drive up this hill, and it was like you had to be going like 50 to have the momentum to get the rest of the way up this hill. Otherwise, you just weren't making it, and you had to back up and back all the way up so you weren't stuck in the valley of the hill. And it was just a big like what the crap. So we ended up all making it. They had crazy gear there, and it was one of those things where they were like, "You brought your drums, yes, and we brought our guitars and stuff," but they were like, we have amps, like whatever you want, we have them. We have all types of cabinets, and it's like cool because it's a studio, so it's like whatever. And so one of the things was just like I was playing, I believe a 5150, and you were playing like a Marshall.
I had like a
JCM 900.
Yeah.
Yep. So a little bit more distorted, like the rock and roller. It's like the metal kind of one. But anyways, so we're playing these things, and the one guy is just like, I want to see what this 5150 sounds like cranked up. And I shit you not, he turns this thing up to like what would be like 9 out of 10. And it is the loudest freaking thing in the entire building. Yeah. Like I remember that being a thing, and I was just like, this is cool because like I stand next to it, and most of it goes past my hips, but I can hear how loud it is. I can feel how loud it is. And I remember there were like a couple other people that came down there with us to the show, and they were sitting in this sound studio where they were like doing all the mixing, and they were just like, I got to get out of here. It's like too loud even where we're mixing this stuff. And they went outside and like just sat outside in the snow, and it was like, this is crazy. But that show was crazy. I don't know. I also remember like seeing somebody that had a Fox that day. That was like also pretty wild. I don't know. It's just like there was something else like going on, but yeah, that was a fun time somewhere out there that's still available, I'm sure. But we have the audio recording saved, and that is on our Bandcamp. If anybody wants to go listen to that, may or may not be online somewhere else. Might be on our YouTube as well if you want to go check it out on the YouTube. But yeah, I don't know. For a while, we really hit it hard, though. It was just like, we've got a Bandcamp. We've got all this stuff. We've got merch. You can buy it from us. We can ship it to you. And, for a while, the Bandcamp was kind of buzzing. I don't know. Like, if you guys... I look at stats. I'm too much of a stats guy. But, like, I remember just, like, going back to, like, look at the stuff and quantifying things where it's just, like... There were a lot of people for a while, like, traveling to our Bandcamp to listen to our stuff, But, I don't know. It's not really like a super big deal because not too many people like use Bandcamp, but I always thought it was like one of the best band social media tools. You can't really do a whole lot with it other than like make a shop and have a small bio, but it works really well.
It's a good site to stream music on because it's not like it's underground music, I guess. So you can find people that actually could, a stream will mean more to them, I guess, or whatever.
Oh yeah, for
They're
sure.
like, oh good, somebody actually listened to us somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think about that too, because there's one song that plays first. I don't remember what it is. It's maybe They Live, We Sleep. Yeah, that song is obviously the most played, but like the fun part comes in when you find the streams that come in on the other songs, because you can like go back through and look at those stats, or like, not that we're crushing it online, and because we really don't like promote or push our Spotify or anything like that. Like, we're not really a band that goes out and
We have a Spotify.
yeah, we're on Spotify. But it's not really something we push or promote or tell people to like go to. So, some of the marketing end of it is on us for not really like pushing people towards that. But at the same time, it's wild to see like some months it's like, twice as much as other months. And it's like, what made it happen this month where like more people listen to it? Like, did this get on a playlist somewhere? And I don't dig deep enough into the stats to truly try and figure it out, but like it is fun to just be like, oh, you only have that many people this month, but like, this next month it was that many. It's twice as many. Again, it's not like we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people listening, but like it's just kind of fun to know that like they're out there and they're still actively listening, to the songs. And some of them have like quantifiable, like, oh, this song has actually been played quite a few times, like organically by somebody that wanted to listen to it, which is wild.
It's interesting.
I don't know. Like, do you ever think about that when you're just like walking around town or like doing something, you're sitting at your job, like, and people just, like, has anybody ever walked up to you and be like, you're the guy that Three Finger Betty guy?
So working at the Dark Slide, right?
Yeah.
I'm the media manager, so I curate the music and the records and stuff, and the owner lets me put local music in there. We do consignments if anybody wants to.
There we go. That's the plug I was looking for.
Yeah. If any bands out there want their stuff in the store,
if you're looking to sell your music at a skate shop and you have physical media,
exactly.
The Dark Slide in Des Moines.
Some high school kid, no disrespect, but I'm an old man.
Yeah.
You're a kid. What do I know?
Yep.
But he's looking at the local stuff, and we have a few bands there, and he was asking about them. Shout out to Animals on LSD, because we have 2 of their CDs that were there before I came around.
Okay.
But those are like, everybody's like, oh, we love this band. So you guys are popular.
Yeah,
at least in our store.
That's fun.
Which is kind of cool, because we've played with them in the past.
Oh, wild. That's wild.
But this kid was like, well, who's this? And it was the Sleepover. I'm like, well, this is Sleepover. They do this. And this is Three Finger Betty. This is my band. He's like, this is your band? Because he knew us. I was like, how does it 17? Who's your dad?
Yeah. Well, the argument against that is like, and we've brought it up before, is we've played a show at the Dark Slide before.
We've played there.
And thoughts on that show? Because I've got thoughts. What do you guys think? What do you guys remember about that show?
I like playing there.
It was fun.
All right, so the Three Finger Betty, that's very good, guys. Thank you for the so I remember that show. It was December 3rd. No, it was very cold that day. We had to come in the backside of the mall, and it was like -20 or whatever the hell outside.
Right, it was cold.
I get it. Oh, we only play shows when it's cold and blizzard and outside. Uphill both ways. Three Finger Betty, 10+ years. Like
doing the work.
So
broken heater in the car.
Oh my gosh, hilarious! Only got an 8-track player. All we had was Waylon. No, so like okay. we had to load in the back side of that place, and it was so cold. Like I remember my hands were just freezing after just loading in. But we loaded in. We played a show in the mall, which is like crazy, honestly. Like,
and there will be another show at the Dark Slide on the 31st.
They do play shows there still. So like, being a kid growing up, like you just romanticize this stuff of like people just playing, like, oh, they're doing a show in a mall. Are you freaking serious? Like, to us that would have been like cool. That's punk rock as hell, dude.
Right.
If someone's doing a show at the Crossroads Mall in Fort Dodge,
that would have been bad.
Dude, I would have been roundhousing people. Like, it would have been so awesome, But that I don't think that ever happened, unfortunately. But either way, we're playing a show at the mall, and it was super cool because I remember just being like, all right, this is going to be another thing where like 20, 30 people come out maybe. And a lot of them are going to be people that are, half of them are going to be people that are like every show. We know these people. Some of these people are going to be people that are like, buddies of ours that are just like come to like half of our shows, maybe. You know, like it's gonna be the same crowd. It's it's the Cheers crowd. Everybody knows your name. You know, it's like this is the people that would come in every now and then. The guy that was like the scammer guy, and like like it's just like these were the people that were coming. We know these people, but there were a lot, and I mean half the crowd was like what I would call young people, because we're all old now, whether we want to admit it or not.
Yep.
Like there were people half our age there, and it's just like, whoa, this is freaking cool that there's like literally like teenagers and like young 20-year-olds and stuff here, like all punked out and stuff coming to this show because they like punk rock and
had something to do where nobody was going to bother them and they could be there.
Yeah, because there's no like all ages places really, and then like the ones that they're kind of are, I wouldn't say is like, the argument I would make is like they're not really like Lefties is the closest I would say that's like kid friendly for an all ages show.
Or XBK, I believe.
Okay,
would do
XBK,
all ages shows.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it for like a venue would be Lefties or XBK.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a Woolies, but then that's the upgrades.
Yeah. You better draw.
Buckle up, baby. Buckle up, baby. Those are the obvious arguments like I would make is like that is like the most all ages and inviting atmosphere to people of all ages. You know, like it's weirder for us to be there than it is for the kids to be there almost, you know? Like if we just like went to go watch a show there, which everyone's more than welcome to go to a show there. I'm not trying to deter anyone, but like there were just like enough skater kids there basically where it's like, oh, holy crap, there's a lot of people here at this show. It was fun. I remember having so much fun at that show. I remember we were using somebody else's PA. It didn't work the greatest, but we made it work. And I had a lot of fun. There were a lot of people afterwards that like, I gave a guitar pick to somebody and somebody else was just, oh, hey, I took the flyer, sign it. And it's just like, those little things are just super, super fun when you like go to a show. It's like somebody enjoyed it this much, but when they're enjoying it that much, it's like, well, now I'm going to ham it up because like they're having fun. So now I'm going to, play the guitar out here and
now
over here.
Now you're going to entertain a little.
Yep, ham it up and go over and John's playing solos.
Wow, I'm at the office.
I'm doing the wow. Oh, you guys seeing this? Oh, it's crazy. Oh, you got to take the hat off and fan him. Oh my gosh. Like you just wait. Like there's going to be a time where like you're going to be playing guitar solo and I'm just going to be like, follow my lead. And I'm going to throw a robe over you like James Brown and and you're just going to like slow down and then just quit soloing and all of a sudden you're just going to be like, wow, and just like come out and shred a whole bunch more. And you're going to magically have like dancing shoes on.
Nice.
I don't know. Like, if you've ever been to a Three Finger Betty show, that's what we're gonna do this Saturday. Come out to this Saturday's show. We're gonna. That's why we're doing this podcast. We're doing it basically to promote the show, and we're doing it for the choreography of the James Brown bit. So
we'll test that out in Sioux Falls the night before.
Yep. You gotta do a practice run. The Sioux Falls show is also gonna be fun. It's funny because I think Sioux Falls, and it's like, it's really not that far away. It's like, oh, it's pretty far away.
Plenty far.
Yeah.
What, 4 hours from here?
Yeah. I mean, it's
maybe a little more.
Really? I was gonna say it's about 3 from Humboldt.
Okay.
And that's where I am usually at. So our Fort Dodge-ish area. So
we'll make it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll work just fine. I believe I'm going to come back the day after, or I mean the night of, and to Humboldt because it's 2 hours less of a drive for me than it is for you, so I think I can make it back. I had also debated like, just sticking around for a while, just recording a podcast after, just for like some fun stuff. But like, I don't know. Like, I always think about this because like this is the band I feel like I have always had like the most free reign with the content for, and now that I do content for like a living, I'm always just like, oh, I just want to pepper stuff out there. Because there's so many things, but at the same time, it's just like I don't really feel. It's not that I don't have the drive. It's just like I don't think people are gonna like. I don't know. We just don't play enough shows to be like relevant. I don't want to be the meme band. Like this is the band that posts memes all the time, and then they play shows like once every 2 months or something. So, Yeah, and they only play shows in like Omaha and stuff now. What's up with that? Like, why are they going to the Quad Cities, bro? So I don't know. So there's a lot of like that kind of stuff where I'm just like, I don't want to just do that. But I will say one of my favorite things, because John does most of the social media, even though I did pop on there recently to do a little promo work when I was at the Eagles Club. But John does most of the social media. One of my favorite things you do is share the shows of other bands that are like in our ilk, the bands we would share venues with and share shows with normally. When we're not playing shows, it's like, guess what, go watch our buddies.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like
that's called community building.
Dude, it's so funny because somebody actually said that they told me that they follow our page because they like to see what other shows are going on. That's literally what they said. And it's like, that is awesome that like our page is now like not only for us to do our thing and promote our stuff, but it's like a small hub for a group of bands that are also in sort of the same vein.
That's cool.
You know, but we'll also share we'll share rumor stuff when Clint's doing stuff.
Yeah.
We'll share sleepover stuff when you guys are playing shows. You know, we'll share Morbo stuff when you go play a show with them. You share Audible Farm stuff every now and then. It's just like, it's all around. It's like, we're talking about all the stuff here, and this is it's kind of a fun place to be, I guess, if you're not doing too much social media stuff. That's a fun way to check out. I'm going to put all the links down below for that. There's going to be links for all of this down below.
Yep.
Three Finger Betty at the top, obviously, but we're going to put it all down below. Clint's 47 bands, the handful that John's doing right now. Maybe even toss in the Dark Slide if I want. You know, maybe there would be a link down below for that. But you know, go visit John at the Dark Slide. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like, there was something else. I was driving down here. I was like, I gotta ask you guys about this, because this is like, you know, like, Clint, what's your thoughts on like going back to Fort Dodge? Like, you've been to Fort Dodge and played shows with like Andy Juhl. You've played with the Rumors. Now you're going back with Three Finger Betty again. The last time we were there, we played at Rides. Before that, we played at Rides, and before that, we played at the Warehouse.
Yeah,
what was the place? It was like, it was a big room. And
Where
there
we
was like an arcade and restaurant or Godfathers or whatever attached to it. Because Rides was a bar.
Yep.
This was like on the other edge of town. Like, we played with Widow 7.
Oh, that was Fort Frenzy.
Okay, that's what
We did play that. I forgot.
Like, that was one where like the promoter was like super legit, and I had to like sign something and like tell the IRS how much he paid us or whatever.
Yeah, it was legit. I mean, he went through and did it all legitimately, which is like,
not used to that. Not used to that.
I love-hate that, because I'll tell you what, if someone's doing that, they usually have their shit together. Honestly.
Yeah, I got nothing against it. It's just weird.
Yeah, and if you will recall, that show, even though I don't think we were first on that show. We might have been.
We were second. I'm pretty sure Ancient Elm, which is a great band,
yes,
played first.
And they freaking crushed. Oh my gosh, yes. And this is gonna sound weird. I stayed for that whole show. I'm not somebody that like wants to be like, you gotta stay for every show, whatever. If you got stuff going on, whatever, get the hell out of here. But like, I stayed for that whole show. We might have gotten the best spot on the show, because they did a VIP meet and greet beforehand with Widow 7, and then there was another band, I forget who it was, sorry. They were also like fairly legitimate, and they did a meet and greet. I'm thinking Dead Horse Trauma style. You know, it was like one of those bands that they tour and do stuff. So like they did a meet and greet as well. Anyway, so they did a meet and greet, and everybody stuck around to listen to the first band, you know, for the most part, or they went outside and smoked cigarettes or whatever, and then they came back in, and like, we got the biggest brunt of everybody, I feel like, because like there were people that came back later. They would trickle in and out, because the show was like a 5 or 6 hour long show. It was long. There was like 7 bands,
and it was, somebody was running it. I remember somebody was mad at us because they wanted one more song, and we were like going to do it, and whoever was like running the stage or whatever was like, no, and like told me no.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't let us play that one more song. And I remember some lady going, y'all a bunch of pussies. So they won't let, they said they told us we couldn't do it.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You're getting shit talked for not playing.
They gave us the hook, ma'am.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love it when shows are on time. This is something else that, and we have done this before, where it's like, and I'm not trying to say like everyone should do this or whatever, but we've been to shows where it's like this show is running behind on time, and it's basically like we have 45 minutes to play or whatever, but we're starting 15 minutes late, so we're gonna play 32 minutes.
Exactly. We're gonna do the job.
we're gonna soak up almost all of the time that we're behind. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna be like, "Hi, we're Three Finger Betty," and then we're gonna shred for 29 minutes. And John's gonna say, "Check us out online," and then we're gonna shred for another couple minutes, and then he's gonna introduce everybody, and they're gonna clap, and we're gonna walk off the stage. Like, I loved that tactic too, because it's just like, let's get this show back on the road. And also, some of it is just like, I don't want to just sit here and fart around and ruin everyone else's night, because by the time this thing's over, it's gonna be 3:30 in the morning, and like, let's just get this thing going. Like, come on, so like,
going back to getting older, like, move it along, guys. Let's move this shit along.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there is something.
Very happy to be here, but I'm tired.
Yeah, there is something to say about that for sure. Because like, even in my old age, sometimes I'm just like, dude, it blows me away that like less than 10 years ago, I was like, I'd come down here to rehearsal. It was Friday nights we would rehearse. I would come down here and rehearse, and then I would drive home, and I would usually get home around 10:30 or 11. So I'd show up, we'd start rehearsing 6:30ish or 7, be done by about 9ish, and I'd get home around 11. I'd get into Fort Dodge about 10:30, and I'd usually pop in and watch somebody play some music, and I'd be there till like 1, and then I'd get home. And it's just like, dude, what are you doing? And that was like when I was like going to school and working, and like, what is wrong with you?
Going like, hard.
Now it's just like, I wouldn't want to do that to save my life right now. Like I just keep thinking about like, when I go home, it would be awesome to edit this down, but at the same time, I'm just throwing all this stuff in my bag, and I might not even take it out of my car when I get home.
I'm calling it a day.
I might just sit in the back seat. Yep. I got sweatpants in my car. Like, I might throw those babies on before I drive home. You never know.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's another thing. Like, do you guys? I know Clint feels this way because we grew up and this is just how we just generally feel. John, I don't know if you feel this way. Do you like taking trips in cars? Do you like traveling?
I don't like traveling like I used to, but if I'm traveling, I would prefer to do it in a car every time.
Okay, yeah. So,
various reasons. Planes suck. They're uncomfortable. I'm too big for a fucking plane. And the whole process stinks.
Oh, yeah.
You have no control. You're trapped in a little tube. And if you get out of line, you're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I do kind of like the safety of it all, but at the same time, yeah, it is a little, I guess, a little shitty that.
I guess if you're driving, it's like, what's over there? We're going to stop to check that out.
Yeah, let's go check that out. You can always pull over. You can't just tell the plane to like, hey, just dip off down in fucking Tuscaloosa.
Hey, I heard about this thing that's about 30 miles south. Just real quick.
Yeah, just bend it on down into Wichita. We'll see what's cranking on down there. Like, just stop off. I just want to top it off at the bar real quick. There's none of that. Like when you're, I know Clint feels this way because we used to do a lot of this, but it was basically like, there's a show. Where's it at? It's Minneapolis. What are we doing? We're driving. Why? Because who gives a shit? Let's drive up there.
Yeah.
There's a show. Where's it at? Milwaukee. We're driving. Cool. And it's just like, it wasn't anything to crank off like 4, 5, 6 hour drives.
Where are you staying? We're just driving back afterwards.
Yeah,
and I'm still for that. When I was young, Des Moines didn't have as much going on, or at least for the type of music I was looking for. So like even in 20s, like, oh, where's this band? Oh shit, I love this band. Well, they ain't gonna come here, but they're coming to Minneapolis, so we're going there. So that's 4.5 hour drive. Or they're going to Kansas City. Okay, we're going to Kansas City. 3.5 hour drive. Are you staying the night? Hell no, we're not staying the night.
Yeah, driving home. Well, I mean, I think about that now. Like I heard this is only what I heard, but I heard that Rush, because they're going on tour again, because they have a new drummer, and it's like the R50 something tour now or something. But I heard, and this is what I heard, but I heard that tickets are like $400 a pop.
Wow.
Dude, that makes me think about like back in the day when we were going to concerts, it's not like things were cheap, and it's not like $40 was anything to sneeze at, but $40 was what I would call the average ticket price.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Like 30 to $40 to go see like the big bands, like to go see your Megadeths and your 311s and your whatever. It was like 30-ish to $40-ish dollars. And now you're lucky to spend less than $100 on any ticket to anywhere for anything.
I remember seeing Pink Floyd, and like that was over $50 for a ticket way at the back.
Yep.
And thinking like, God, this is so fucking pricey. But it was Pink Floyd, so what were you gonna do?
We're not trying to be like, hey, but John, you're like 8 years older than us or whatever, so like you have just enough of an age gap to have seen a slightly different price range, though.
Yeah.
But you were still going to concerts when we were going to concerts,
and it was $40.
Yep.
And if it was a club, if it got over 30, you were bitching.
Yeah, exactly. And if it was a really, really big deal, like you want to go see Elton John, you want to sit on the floor, it might be $100. I remember seeing Kiss, and I was sitting in the bowl around, the arena, not on the floor, but I was like a few rows up, and those ticket
levels.
Yeah, those were about $100 to sit there. So it was just like, holy shit, So there was a few times I did breach the 100. Roger Waters was $100.
Oh, yeah.
I think one time, the other time it was like 80, and I was literally the last row, straight away from the. Like very back, the very top, straight away from the stage, as far away as you could get, like back against the wall. It was like, this is hilarious. But so I got those tickets once, but yeah, I mean, those were like the most I spent on most shows. I mean, Maiden a couple times was up there, depending on where the venue was. A lot of times that's what it was. Are you going somewhere where they can put 50,000 people out there? Or are you going to like a small arena where it's like 12,000? Because now your ticket's going to be $200 if you want to stand on the floor or whatever.
What does it cost to go to like a festival, like a day? Like, what does Lollapalooza cost now? Because I'm thinking I went to Lollapalooza for like $38.
I'd say thousands if you want to do it well, honestly. Like otherwise, like I just think about stuff like, do you remember the Free Fest, Ozfest's Free Fest?
Yes.
And so we went to that, and that was like a bottle of water at that in like 2005 or 6 or whatever
Something
it was.
like that,
was like $8. Like the cheapest thing there was I think it was a Quiznos sub, and it was like one piece of meat on like a 4-inch sandwich, and it was like $12, and you could make it a meal for like $24, and they gave you a bag of chips and a soda. It was like a billion degrees out. There's no shade. It was insane.
It was brutal.
Can't bring anything in outside.
Yeah, and it was like, that's the kind of stuff where like that's where they get you, and that's where you end up like with. What I like to call like festival math, where people are just like, I'll trade you this one-of-a-kind item for a freaking grilled cheese sandwich, because everything there costs $1 billion. So the few people that actually prepared ahead, that were able to get stuff in, are going to be rewarded handsomely for like having fruit snacks, with them and stuff. It's like, holy crap, and some of those types of things, I have no clue what that would cost. I'm trying to think, what was the most expensive ticket you bought to somewhere? Mine might have been WrestleMania 22 in Chicago. And I think that ticket was like 200-ish in the nosebleeds, like in the back. But that was also like Chicago. It was one of the last ones in a small venue.
Yeah. Mine was Maiden last October.
Probably 200-ish.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm trying to think.
I can't remember. There was one and it might have been Maiden tickets, where I went and looked at them somewhere, and I was just like, yee, and like I just like, nope, and I didn't do it. But the last tickets I bought were club tickets, and after the fees and stuff, it was like $45 for a place where it's like assholes to elbows tight in a club, and you're just sweaty and gross afterwards. But it was fun. That's
just how it is.
Yeah.
What
do you think, John?
Shelled out some good money for Alice Cooper tickets a couple months ago.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's funny because everyone gets to the age where like, we did it right in our era. We spent the right amount of money on the right tickets and stuff. But like, I don't know. Like, I think about when we were going to see concerts, $40 was a lot of money when you're making $9 an hour or whatever. It's just like, holy crap, like I have a part-time job and I worked 22 hours a week, and it's like, that's
at the end of the day, you still want to go see the bands and the whoever it is. So
that's true. So
you still tend to find a way.
I also think like culture's been fragmented enough where like nobody's popular enough for everyone to really care about it. It's funny when I go like, I want to go see this band, and I don't know anybody that likes this band, but when I bought the tickets, it's like, that's cool. And then you look it up the day of the show, and it's like, oh, it's sold out. That's awesome. And it's like, there's enough people to fill this place up that like, and I don't know anybody. I haven't heard of one person that ever listens to this music at all. And I went to go see this show, and it's like, wow, there's people here. This is freaking crazy.
You never know.
I don't know, but it's just funny to think that like, back in our era when going to shows, just like how much it costs, the amount of time we spent driving. Like Clint, you and I went to. I try to tell people how many shows we went to, and it's like weird to describe it. Like, if you put that plus wrestling shows, it's in the thousands.
Good Lord,
I would say
we did quite a bit.
like just concerts we went to that were like concerts you had to buy tickets to get into. A few hundred, I would say, like that we went to together. You know, like every year it was like, dude, it was wild. It's just like. We would just message each other and be like, you know, these tickets are going on sale, right? Yep. Okay, let's get them. And it was just like, and you know, some of that also came down to like, not only can we do this because we were younger at the time, but like, I don't want to spend the money on a hotel room because you have to spend like $100, and then there's usually like 4 of you in a room, and then it's just like, you know, you're younger, so it's like, are we gonna party? And what if I want to sleep because I have to drive? And it's just like, let's just drive home. Let's just drive home. When we get home, we can do whatever we want. I get that it's 5 hours away, but it was also fun because it felt like this weird like. We just drove for 10 hours straight, but in the middle saw Iron Maiden.
Yes.
Like it's so weird. Like when I got back home, that's how I always, like in my head, that's how I always like made the math work. And it's like, that's freaking wild to me. But I don't know. That's part of my love for driving though, is going to all these shows, and playing music's no different. Cause like you are on the road a lot playing music now. Even like when, you know, before you were playing with the Rumors, you were still playing with like Andy Juhl, and you know, Three Finger Betty did some out of town shows. Sleepovers did some out of town shows. You're playing in metal bands that did out of town shows. Like, there's something that's romantic about the road. To like,
it's true.
One of my things I used to say was like, the windshield was my favorite television, because it's like if you don't like the channel, you can change it. It takes a little while, but you can change it, and you can make it whatever you want. You know, it's not like you can watch a football game out your windshield. I mean, you could if you really wanted to try to figure. But
you could rig something like that up.
But it's like, oh, guess what? You want to see a mountain? There's a mountain. You want to go see a tree? There's a tree. You want to go see water? There's water. You know, like you just have to go drive to it. It's really not that bad, and it was just like always kind of fun to see all the stuff in between. Anyways, you know, one of my favorite things was like going on road trips to go see concerts, where it's just like, we're gonna go see this in that town, and we're gonna take a day to get there. We're gonna camp in the middle, and on the way back, you know, like we went to like Colorado to see Allman Brothers, and we did that. That was pretty fun.
It's fun too if you get there early. It's like, well, we're gonna go see this, but if I'm gonna get there like 4 hours early because there's this weird junk store I'm gonna go look at, or there's this weird place over here I'm gonna go to. Or
dude, I love that, and everyone's got one of those. So like we booked a show recently with Jesse Wilson, and load-in was at 3:30 because the doors opened at 5 and we didn't play till 8. And we're not going to sound check during a private event where it's like people are like dressed up and eating food and stuff. So like we'd sound checked and got ready, and it's funny because we had like literally like 3+ hours, and it was one of the guys in the band was basically just like, oh shit, I'm gonna go to Baumgart's and see if I can find something to waste some money on. And I was like, that's the most badass thing I've ever heard. Because like I think of like you said, John, like there's a junk shop somewhere. It's like I would look for a pawn shop or a used like music store or some CDs. You know, there's a few things I would like weasel my way into. Some junk stores I would go into, and his was Baumgart's, and I was like, that's freaking awesome. Like, because you can just go to another town and find something else there that's kind of cool, and you end up like, you know, patroning these places.
Yeah,
you know, it's
there's a place in Sioux City I'm gonna try to hit up on the way up to Sioux Falls.
What's there?
I cannot remember what it's called, but they got a bunch of just old stuff all over the place.
Like anything and everything, or are we talking video games?
A lot of like music stuff. Yeah, they have a lot of video game stuff as well.
Cool.
Quite a bit, actually. That place is pretty cool.
When we were hitting it harder, and like when we'd go to Minneapolis or like a lot of that, I was like, okay, I'm going to leave now, because I was going, like if we were playing in Omaha, it's like, okay, I'm going to go to this record store. Mm-hmm. Then I'll go to the venue after that or whatever.
Yeah.
Minneapolis, same thing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, like,
it's like, oh, we haven't played here before. Look up this town. Oh, cool. I'm gonna, like, last we played in Cedar Falls, there was a record store I went to that was newer, and it was cool.
Oh yeah. And that was the show we played at the Octopus, which was awesome. That was with the Rumors. Clint bookended a show on drums. That was pretty cool. That was a good time. Somewhere out there, there's video and audio footage of it and stuff. Somewhere
it's on YouTube. They got their YouTube.
Yeah, so that's there somewhere. I should look that up. The last show we played was also somewhere. I don't remember. We need to go find that footage. Put it in our little YouTube.
What was the last show we played?
But yeah, so that was the last show we played.
Was it Maggie's?
Maybe, yeah.
Actually, yeah, and that was also opening up.
Also with the rumors.
Oh, and that show also, I was like, it seems to be happening like more often than not. But like, I was pretty sick at that show. I was like sleeping most of the day, and like drove down there and just like laid in my car. I remember watching Terminator in my car, and I'm just like, then I like went inside and played, and then I like went inside and watched some of the middle band, and then I went outside and watched some more Terminator, and then I went back inside and watched the rumors, and I remember watching probably like 20 or 30 minutes and being like, I gotta get out of here, and just like I was just like all sweaty and stuff, like I gotta leave, and I was just like, bye everybody, just
No fair.
yeah, I don't know. That's like the worst thing ever though, is playing a show sick. I don't feel like this is so like stupid because that's just like hypocrite, but like I hate it when sick people are around you because they're like gonna get you sick, right? Like,
Yeah.
but like I'm sick and I don't feel like I have the luxury of not being around. You know, even though like we said it before, Three Finger Betty has survived and does function very fine as a 3-piece.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not there, Geoff's there to play bass, and if Geoff's not there, I'm there to play bass, and then I could still throw some like rhythm guitar nonsense in there too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm always just like, I gotta be there. They can't live without me. Like I think about that with like Jesse Wilson shows. It's like if he has a full band, he's got a 6-piece band, so he's got a fiddle and a pedal steel player
Sweet.
in his band. Like does he really need somebody else to play leads? Like,
Oh, yeah.
like you probably
They got it.
you could probably fill all the gaps if they really need to. They'd like, I am adding something, but that's just like that's like oregano on top of a cheese pizza. It's like it adds something, but yeah, whatever, dude. You know, like, I don't know. So like that's kind of, I don't know. That's the math I came up with on that. Anyways, we've recorded over an hour here, and that's good. Any final thoughts? Upcoming shows? Where do you want people to check you out? What's all the good stuff? Name all your bands.
Oh, the Rumors, Andy Juhl and the Blue Stem Players, the Sleepover, Three Finger Betty, and I think that's about it right now.
For right now.
Yeah.
For right now.
Yeah.
You could fold a couple more bands and squeeze them on in there and slide them in like paper. Maybe we can get them in there. John, what do you got?
We got the Three Finger Betty and the Sleepover. Sleepover has a new EP.
Yes, sir.
I don't think Emery has unleashed that on the interwebs yet, but there's physicals.
Get that on Bandcamp. Get it on there.
Then there's Morbo. You can all check
Yes,
out
sir.
that nonsense.
Tell him to bring back the Morbo show.
That would be great.
I literally less than 2 or 3 months ago went and rewatched both episodes of the Morbo show because there's only 2 episodes,
Yep.
and they're both goddamn hilarious. Like,
Yes, they are.
They're very funny for just like some guy in his basement making them. It's so funny. Anyways, keep going.
You never know. There might be a Shit Kickers thing someday.
Oh, neat.
And there is. I haven't gone to do my part. It's a all studio, but there will be another social economic collapse band song at
cool.
some point in the near future.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I believe the drums and bass are recorded.
Oh, cool.
Probably vocals too.
Nice. So you got to get in there and put your stuff down, and it'll be done.
I got to go play the guitar.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. This has been fun. Again, like, we wanted to get this in before the show so we can do a little extra promotion. So come check us out. Monsters Ball, Three Finger Betty, Dirty Dollar Bills, Section 7. Come early, stay late, get dressed up. I believe there's prizes. $10 at the door. 3rd floor, Eagles Ballroom, Fort Dodge, Iowa, 7 o'clock, October 25th.
Yeah.
15th annual Monsters Ball. Three Finger Betty.
Yep.
Got to come check it out. It's going to be super fun.
If you are listening from South Dakota, perchance the night before, the Den in Sioux Falls, it's Three Finger Betty and the Sleepover tagging along.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
With some new friends from Omaha called So It Goes, and the name's great. The Sioux Falls local band, I believe, is called the Beer Goblins.
Beer Goblins. Ooh.
Sweet.
So
Sounds fun.
that should be a fun time.
Yeah, that'll be a good show. So come out, check that show out, Sioux Falls. I know there's people in South Dakota that I know. Maybe you're listening to this. Maybe you're not. But if you are, squeak on over to the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too far from where you're at. I know that for a fact because I know how to read maps. So that's gonna be a fun show. I cannot wait for it. So you guys, thank you so much.
Yep.
All the good stuff for me. Three Finger Betty.
Yeah. What kick-ass band are the Rumors touring with next?
Oh, we'll be out next month with Necromantics on the West Coast, and then I think around Thanksgiving we're going from West Coast all the way to Detroit to hook up with the Coffin Cats for a small Northeast run.
So we have a legitimate rock star in the band.
Yes, if you
I
want,
suppose you're correct.
if you want to make donations, go to our band camp and buy some stuff, and we'll make sure Clint gets the cash. All right. Thank you guys very much. Check out all the links down below. Come see us on Friday and Saturday.
Yep.
Possibly your
Come
last.
both nights. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I dare somebody to go to both shows. Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's probably gonna be our last show for the year.
Oh, yeah.
So
It have to be.
So come check it out. We'll see you later. All right. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. That's a fun episode. Hopefully everybody got the message. Monsters Ball, October 25th, 2025 is I think it's the 15th annual Monsters Ball, but that is in Fort Dodge, Iowa at the Eagles Ballroom, and Three Finger Betty is opening the show up, and there's going to be Dirty Dollar Bills and Section 7 there as well. Wear a costume. I believe there may or may not be some sort of prizes. I'm not sure. Check it out. It's like $10. It's third floor, Eagles Ballroom. It's a really cool place. Definitely worth checking out. If you haven't ever been there, definitely go check it out. Also, there's a show in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm not sure if this regional podcast quite has the reach to get up there, but if you're listening in South Dakota, say, hey, what's up? Yeah, this is going to be a super fun one. I got to give big shout outs to this episode. I basically just like messaged Clint and John, like, want to record a podcast. Sure, when? How about tonight? Clint says, I will be back in Des Moines at 8 o'clock. And that's when he was getting like off the road from playing music. And I don't know how long of a stretch he was out playing music. A few days, I don't know, a week, I'm not sure. But he's been gone, and he like came in to do the podcast and still had his like travel bag with him. That's how off the road he came onto the podcast. So hats off to you, Clint. Thank you very much. John, thank you very much for the hospitality. It's always fun to go hang out with John and Clint. I don't know. They're like two of my buddies in the music scene. And the next Three Finger Betty podcast we do is definitely going to have Jeff on as well. So this is good. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Go check us out. There's links down below for Three Finger Betty and every other band that we had talked about in here. If I can find all the links, I'm putting them down there. So that's where they're at. Check them out. Audible Farm stuff's down below that. Thank you guys for listening. I'm out of here. All right. We'll see you. Peace.